All right, I'm gonna start this.
It's kind of gross.
You good?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, man.
Oh, I just saw the dog pop in. Anyway, welcome to the DudeCast PodQuest.
DCPQ.
Still got it. The DCPQ. Yeah, it's been a minute. We're having to adapt to the quarantine lifestyle here.
DudeQuests pod quarantine, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Would that be?
Yeah. The thought occurred to me already. The DCPQQ.
The PQQ.
The PodQuest quarantine. I'm probably gonna try to find a way to just slap quarantine on the
Please.
intro title somewhere.
Get some like
So I'll
zombies.
figure it out.
Put some zombie art
Yeah.
on there.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
So yeah, it's been a while. This'll probably be the first thing everyone's gonna see for.
God.
When was our last upload?
Oh,
I
man.
think it was in May.
Oh man, I hope so.
I think it was in May. We haven't recorded since March.
You just went
when
full
everything kinda
zombie.
really-
Okay, now you're back to normal. Got you. Sorry. Here,
Oh.
where is the last? I'm gonna look it up while you're on my handy dandy
All right.
phone.
Yeah, the last thing we recorded, I think, was Animal Crossing, and I think the last Oblivion episode was the last. I think that was the last thing we recorded.
The last thing we released
and
was
that was
Moon
what?
Hunters. Moon Hunters was May 29th. Okay, it's the end of May.
Maybe no. Okay, sorry. Was that the last thing?
That was the last thing we released.
We had Moon Hunt. We were sitting on Moon Hunters for a minute. I feel like. I can't really remember, honestly. It's been so long now that I don't remember what.
I still haven't released the rest of the Spyro stuff, so that's coming. I
That's
just need
done.
to do that. Yeah, it's done.
That's coming.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's been really weird.
We just figured. Yeah, it's been a tough time. We haven't recorded since March. And the last time we recorded, I don't know how evident it is, but we haven't really gotten together. I've seen Chris a couple times, not really super close, social distancing and all, but I was kind of having a lot of, I that day actually, when I was on my way home, was like from the last day we recorded, I think I had a panic attack, like driving home.
Oof.
Because that was when everything was still intense, at least all the fear mongering and stuff was real. So it's if you have any symptoms, it's it's over, kind of mentality.
Yeah.
And so I've always been an anxious person, but and I've probably had a panic attack before. I feel like the fact that I can't remember probably says something about how legitimate it was.
You blacked out. Blacked out.
Yeah, I know.
home.
Yeah,
That's good.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm not. I didn't make it home. No, but I was having a lot of really bad anxiety. Because on my way, it was as I was leaving or something. I think I read an article or something while the day we were recording, between something, and it was just this guy giving his account of how he's I'm a healthy guy, and he's this could kill me, and I'm
I'm a healthy guy.
yeah. Yeah, so it was kind of whenever everything was starting to happen with even young people are really affected by it and stuff, and I don't know, it was just a lot of information at once.
Absolutely.
And I was really bad.
Misinformation as well.
When we
That
yeah,
it
true.
was just
Yeah, that was when everything was just
in the dark. No one knew.
I mean,
we had no idea
yeah,
what was going on.
exactly.
So, extra scary.
So yeah, so I was really anxious and having a lot of just stress with that, and that day, because I looked at that, and then we recorded whatever the last thing we recorded was. It was either Oblivion or Moon Hunters, and I was struggling to get to
Oblivion.
maintain that kind of. I think it was
Oblivion.
Yeah. It's the third episode of Oblivion. Yeah, I was struggling to keep that up. I was having really bad anxiety that whole time. And I'm impressed that I was able to get through it, honestly, because and I remember leaving shortly after that. As soon as we finished recording, I was like, all right, man, you got it. And I just kind of,
I was like, all right, man, just take it. Yeah, sorry, my dog just coughed.
yeah honk. But yeah, so I just drove home, had a panic attack in the car, and got home, and then I was having some weird symptoms and stuff, and a lot of that anxiety mixed with like these are the symptoms of COVID and stuff, and like I was just not in a good place for a while. So that was a big reason why that we just kind of like, I guess we kept releasing things. We had a pretty big backlog. So
we kept releasing things for like
really,
2 months.
Yeah. So nothing really changed as far as that. We weren't quite as like present, I feel like, elsewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's just a lot of that.
Yeah.
And so that was a struggle, and that's kind of still been a bit of a struggle. Is like I haven't really left much in the last 5 months. So
I've been working full time.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the opposite.
And I was supposed to. Oh yeah, that's another thing. It's like within like a month of that, you know, I was kind of going in and out. Like I felt okay after a while. It never got super bad. There was a period of like a week or two where a lot of it was mental, I'm sure. But I was having like breathing issues and like just I had a fever, like low grade fever at one point, and that really freaked me out and stuff. And like just all those things compounding together.
Yeah.
In my mental state was just not a good time.
It's just like any kind of sinuses or anything is like extra scary right now.
Like anything.
Like,
yeah.
And you've always been heavily affected by pollen and nonsense. So
exactly.
So you're just extra like
just allergies in general. Yeah. So like everything that would happen, I would get like, and I don't know. I've never been that just affected so much with my anxiety. Like it's mostly just been like a general social kind of anxiety and stuff, and like just being a nervous person. But like I've never experienced anxiety to the extent that I did these last few months, and it's still there. Like it's still kind of like I still have those moments where like it's just, and I think a lot of that's just been being inside and after all that and not really interacting and having things to distract me as easily. But yeah, no, I'm much better now.
But I'm much better.
Still haven't gone out. Yeah, exactly. She turned me into a newt.
A newt.
Yeah, so I was supposed to go back to work in like April because everything closed down, and I was like, all right, cool. And then in April, they're like, yeah, so Georgia, you know, being, you know, a fun time. Fucking Kemp.
Fuck Kemp.
Everything started reopening, so naturally my job is like, hey, so come back. And I'm like, and the way that my manager like was sending messages to everybody and stuff made it seem like there was some kind of like option to be like, hey, like if you're not like super comfortable coming back, you have a little bit of time, you know, we'll work with you a little bit. We'll kind of figure it out. So it's like, okay, well, that's cool. You know, I'll probably just wait a couple more weeks and like, or even just like 2 weeks and then kind of come back. And the people that like are trying to come back right away, because it was going to be like half the staff maybe coming back anyway. Like they would only have that much room. And like they cut all the floors and stuff to like half the amount. So I, you know, I was under the impression, I was like, okay, that's cool then, you know, like I can take some more time and stuff. And so I like called and I was like, so are there any options as far as that? They're like, no. they're like, if we are giving you the opportunity to come back to work, like then you have to come back, or if you don't, it's voluntary voluntary termination and you don't get unemployment, etc. I was like,
that's how mine was too. Yeah.
Cool. So like, and I'm still, you know, fucked up from all this. So yeah, I quit.
So yeah, you did what most people didn't do, and you quit.
I literally, I was like, I'll call you back, and you know, I'll let you know what's going on. And then like the next day, I was like, I'm not coming back.
Damn.
And like they actually seemed bummed out. Like, you know, I was a good employee, so I know that hurt them a little bit.
I ran that bitch.
Probably not as much. I was gonna say, yeah, it's a corporate business, so they don't miss me, I'm sure. But so yeah, I've been living off of that unemployment that I like, that big batch I got, looking for work and stuff. But I've been all right. It's been bad. It's been
your beard has been glorious. The beard has been coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I had the quarantine beard. The quarantine beard was like to here, and then I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Should have learned like the Viking braids.
I trimmed it down.
Like
yeah, I could have.
You should have.
Seeing pictures like from just a couple months ago, and that was like really like when that was really like that. Honestly, dude, last January, I think. Did you hear that?
Oh, is that
your
stomach?
Was just growling like crazy. I think so. Back in January of last year, I saw a picture recently. It was when I went on that tour with Boston Marriage and them.
Okay.
That weekender rather. my beard was like literally here.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I don't
When did I let this happen?
remember that. Like, yeah, like it's just so weird to see because like I don't remember it being that hardcore. But I don't think I'm going that route again.
Yeah, I've only ever let my beard get like 3 or 4 inches long, and it just like gets really scraggly and like gross, and just you have a bigger, more full beard than me, so I'm chill
and
here.
It when you have all the hair and stuff, it just kind of it makes sense.
It does.
It just kind of works.
Like whenever I like shave the sides of my head, then my beard looks real mean. But when my hair gets even medium long, I'm like, I look disgusting. This is, but it's alas.
No, I've been keeping it trimmed down now. It's gotten a little more than I had it than the ideal length, but I'm still cool with it. I like it where it is. I'll probably keep it around here.
Please do. I keep finding pictures of you from like 2014, and I'm just like,
yeah.
It's not that you're not cute. You're just not beautiful.
It's It's not the same.
The glow up was so real.
Not only have I grown a beard in general and like gone through various phases, but like I've lost a lot of weight since then. So it's just like looking at myself. I grew a beard and then I like lost a ton of weight and I have not shaved off my beard, so I don't actually know what my face like looks like anymore because it's different.
Probably be scary.
Like even Austin.
So
I was gonna say, yeah, Austin, when I first really like trimmed it down after it was like the quarantine, like woolly beard, I like trimmed it way down and like smaller than this. And she's like, "What? Who are you?" Like, I literally do not recognize you right now.
Gross.
Like, I swear it's me. Just don't run away.
No,
don't run away from me.
Leave me.
So yeah, I've gone through many iterations, but this is me now.
This is me now. Hell yeah. Well.
So yeah. So we apologize for being so
absent.
Gone.
Absent. Yeah, we were.
I should say. Oh
no, you're good. We haven't been trying as hard as we should, I think, but at the same time, it's just like I think everyone understands, especially those that are still in quarantine, that like the headspace you're in is just so weird.
Yeah.
Like you want to be creative, but you just keep finding hurdles, and you're like, well, that's a little more effort than it would have been. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go do this.
And just the sheer having to adapt to something like what we're doing now is like, this is probably going to be what it's going to be like for a little bit longer. I mean, even if we see each other in person, I still feel like the consistency and everything of doing something like this, at least for the time being, makes the most sense.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I also should just like go ahead and apologize. I was like, I am so bad at like the Discord. I'm so bad about being in there.
Same.
But a lot of that was because we started it, and then all that shit happened with me, and I just like the thought of like trying to communicate with like people or in general, like I feel like I was barely even texting like you guys, like my close friends and stuff. Like I just was not present.
Yeah.
And that kind of has been difficult. So I really aim to be better about communicating in Discord. I've just been in a bad headspace.
Same here, but different ways. Like while Tim is dealing with being at home and dealing with anxiety, I am the cannon fodder on the front lines at a restaurant. I was handed the same option, be terminated or stay, and I kind of didn't really have any other options. So I've stayed, and that's kind of why Tim and I don't hang out, is because he's staying safe at home, and why would and then me being at home for 5 months, it's unraveled and useless in a moment. Exactly. Like I see hundreds of people a day. Tim sees no one. Why would I go see Tim, who's avoiding these hundreds of people? Because now I am all those hundreds of people in one person. I am the fusion of...
Which sounds cooler than it is.
Well, it sounds way cooler than it is. But so like I am not dealing with too much time. I'm dealing with like, I'm working, and I only recently convinced my boss to like really cut my hours. Like like a lot of people were like, man, quarantine, I can't get any hours. I'm like, I am getting too much. Like I'm getting like full, like I'm a server. I'm looking for 25, 30 hours a week max. I was getting like 45 beginning of quarantine. And I was like, please stop.
Gross.
Like I don't need the money. I would rather be not here but I don't have that option. So I'm gonna be here and get like I basically want to make enough money to pay my bills, and then other than that, I'm like, let me out. Like I don't want to be here. So like only recently have I cut back my hours, and it just sucks. Like going to work, coming home, and you feel like you've been a busser, you've been a dishwasher. You know how gross it is at the end of the night. I feel that, but then like on top of that, I feel like I've been touching people's fucking food, dude. Like during a pandemic where like I personally don't believe we should be here right now, or at least not to the degree that we are, and like it's just so gross. Like I get home, I'm like,
I mean, just getting home from especially a serving job, especially if you've been there for hours and hours, it's just like the energy to do anything is gone.
You've been faking a persona all day
and like
like, okay, absolutely.
It's mentally exhausting. Yeah. Like busing was physically exhausting, but you had the freedom to kind of, like
listen to music,
constantly having to. Yeah, I mean, you could listen to music, and like we had headsets and stuff when we were busing, and so like you had to listen to people on there. Well, had to. I mean,
to your job.
But yeah, that was exhausting. Yeah, right. That was exhausting physically, but like, it's still, I wish it paid better. I would honestly prefer to do something like that than to talk to people all day.
For sure. 100%.
Serving was still physically exhausting, but not nearly to the point that like you weren't like, yes, you were lifting heavy trays, but it wasn't like every 5 seconds you were carrying a giant tray. And so, but it's mentally exhausting. It just puts you in a bad place.
It just really grinds my gears
mentally. Yeah, truly.
Oh yeah, you're just it's a headache.
I don't miss serving at all.
No.
But
like if the money wasn't this good, I wouldn't do it. Period. Like
exactly. Yeah.
If I could find a job that like I think I want to say I average around like 15 to 20 an hour. If I could find a job that was like even 14 or 15 an hour for like. Yeah, but it just didn't require the same level of customer service. I would do it. So
yeah, I'm looking at a lot of work from home things, and I really want to get into like the things that I'm more passionate about. Like digital, like creating digital content of some sort. So I absolutely want to keep. Yeah. So like things like this, like I want to keep doing this stuff as much as I possibly can. So hopefully everyone. Hopefully the people that enjoyed the podcast
we missed
are
you
okay with us doing it some more. We missed every day I wake up and I'm like depressed that we can't like do what we were doing. So so hopefully this is something, and we're actually okay. So I should start to talk about we've been talking about streaming. We've kind of hinted at it a few times, like on Instagram and stuff. Is we really are trying to do anything right now in the current climate that is consistent and something that we can, enjoy as well. So we've talked about streaming. We're just so like new to this whole thing.
It's very overwhelming.
So, like, the thought of streaming is, it's terrifying. But we really want to try it. And just find ways to keep doing content and stuff. We definitely want to come back really bad.
We miss you guys. We miss each other. We miss everything. I miss the routine.
I miss everything. I miss being able to like go to just like a coffee shop every once in a while,
Yeah.
Or just like go eat food, and I don't know.
Yeah, Tim and I every few weeks we just like meet up and kind of like go through the Instagram comments together and like compound lists of names of games people wanted and like how likely that was for us, when we could do this, what games are coming out, what's the next move for the channel, merchandise, this, that. And, we got a lot done. That like, all right, so that last month, I actually recently listened to our other podcast because I missed you and I was driving to work and it was like, it's just like, I'll listen to Tim talk to me for an hour. We got so much. Shut up. Your phone's broken.
Home.
I've called you like 5 times.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, my phone has been fucking up a lot.
But we got so much done. Like I got a merch store open. We made the Discord. We had several series working. 1 or 2 of them finished. We had all these new games. We had new consoles.
We were on the forefront of Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing was like our most successful video series that we've done.
Yep.
I believe it was 700% of our normal views that last month. So like, granted, we did release literally twice as many videos in 1 month. That's fair. But as far as I understand, Animal Crossing alone accumulated 500 5 times as many views as our normal episodes did. And it was awesome. And like we were just like, we went from 500 to 800 subs in like 2 weeks. It was awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. And now we're still, which
I,
we're
like
very
every day
grateful,
I'd look at it.
But
yeah,
you know, we were I had us like on a projected like we're trying. The goal is to get monetized by the end of the year, just because not for money. It's not because you're not going to make money, but just to get in the algorithm,
but just so we can keep doing it. And I mean,
like that's the next step. Like once we're monetized, we can do things like stream. We can promote. We can I mean, I don't know. We can actually choose which ads you see to a degree. I think. All kinds of things like that.
I don't know how that works. Yeah,
but it's just a better thing. It would just
give us more opportunities.
So we're almost. I want to say we just hit like 30% or like 40% of the way there, but like we were projected to be around like 80% done by now, unfortunately. Which like you think everyone being at home right now would be a great time, and it was because like Animal Crossing blew up, but we couldn't get together to film more, so it's like we don't get to reap the benefits. It literally
like went from like and just
oh man, it was rough. So streaming is the next step for us, I think, and it's just like it's weird, but we're gonna do it. It's gonna be fun. I think it'll be fun. Just like
speaking of which, I don't know how what the plan is currently, but we were trying to think of things like to stream. So since quarantine happened, obviously like the rest of the world, we've been playing a lot of Warzone. That has been my primary mode of social interaction is playing Warzone.
That's like when I started hearing back from you was like that was like the Tim's hanging out with people. I can play Warzone with Tim.
My brother and another friend of ours were playing like separately. They and they like games like that. I love, like, I'm not against shooters by any means. They're not usually like my go-to, but I've hated Call of Duty since just about forever. I've never been a Call of Duty. Halo all the way was all about Halo, especially when Halo 3 and like Call of Duty 4, I think, or Modern Warfare, whatever. I was always Halo. I would play Halo all day. Call of Duty, always hated it. So when they were like, hey, Warzone's free, you should play.
Damn it, it's free.
I'm like I'm not gonna do that. I will not play that game. And they're like, dude, just play it.
Then
like, come on.
Then you bullied me into downloading
What else are you doing?
And I actually like COD. So.
Yeah, I know. Ironically, I was the one that got Chris into it. Yeah, that pulled Chris. I mean, you actually played Call of Duty though. Like you played Modern Warfare back in the day. I know it wasn't like your favorite, but like you played Modern Warfare. You even played what, Black Ops 3 or something?
Yeah, I had Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is wild.
Yeah, weird game. And then So, but like he was skeptical.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just.
So I finally started.
I don't like a lot of CODs.
Well, naturally, I mean, exactly, yeah. And so, my brother was like every day texting me like, "Do you download Call of Duty yet?" I'm like, "I'm not gonna do it." And then eventually,
but your brother's too damn
I was
cute.
Like,
Tim.
I need to.
He knew. Yeah. He's too cute.
I was like, I need to. I was like, I feel like this would be a good way to like, I mean, I never like was never not talking to my brother, but like. I haven't talked to him this consistently in a while, and I was like, all right, we can hang out. It's something to do in the evenings when he's, not working or something. And so, so he convinced me to download it. And then our other friend Lane was playing, and he's like, he kept doing the same thing. He's like, yo, he doesn't even play video games. Like
he doesn't. He
just recently got his first like actual console that he's played consistently, and dude went off. As soon as Call of Duty, he got what, Damascus? Like that was
for anyone
his
who
goal.
plays COD, he's already got Damascus, and it's stupid. Like that's so ridiculous. It's like 45 or 50 weapons.
Like the only
maxed out.
He's the opposite of me, and like his whole life, the only game he ever really played was Call of Duty, and that enjoyed at least to any consistency.
He's good too.
And
Boy's a monster.
Yeah, and so he went off. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do it, and then we started playing. We finally convinced Chris to play, and then like literally all of our friends, like all of our closer friends, started playing. Like literally everyone.
Yeah, there's like
my
12.
Discord chat. I started the Discord chat. Yeah, and like just the list of people that have been invited to that chat is just like, and so like literally every night we've been playing Call of Duty. Like it's like a ritual now.
If I don't play, I'm sad. It's not even like, I mean, I like the game a lot, but like if I don't get to hang out with my boys, I'm like.
Exactly, yeah. Well, and that's what's drawn me to it. I still hate the game. I still don't like Call of Duty. I've been playing every single night for the last 4 months, and I'm still not that good at it. Like
you hold your own.
I can do some things. I feel like it's because I don't I don't.
You don't try?
care as much,
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
know.
just kind of like.
He's like,
yeah.
oh no, oh I'm dead. Whoa, what, guys?
So yeah,
I was
so I'm
killed.
the one that's like everybody's like strategically trying to like they're like, all right, there's some guys up there. We're gonna go get them. All right, you go up on the roof and snipe from the roof, and I'm just like. Just busting the door.
Kill me!
Yeah,
dude, it's so funny to watch Tim. Tim is he's a magnet,
and the
dude.
magnet.
Like literally,
I
I could clean a building. I could go through an entire building and be like, "There's no one in this building. It's absolutely fine." Tim could peek his little head through the door, and 4 guys are like, and I'm like, "Well, Tim's dead."
Yeah.
So we always sim Tim first because that's how we find people.
Because I'm the lure. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of Call of Duty. Which the whole reason I brought this up was because we had considered that being like one of the games that we stream. Well, Chris actually got good.
No.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, disclaimer.
Okay.
So we were playing on PlayStation. We were playing on PlayStation. My brother is like a PC person. Lane was playing on PlayStation. So a lot of people were playing on console, and like I think John, my brother, for clarification, he was the only one on PC, and now Chris just got a PC. So that should greatly
it has.
aid our quest in creating more content.
It will, yes. That's the next
so
step.
There's that. So that's an announcement, I guess. Chris has a PC, so that's cool. He's joined your ranks. I'm trying to get there, but we'll see. But yeah, so he got good on PlayStation. And then he's like learning to walk again dude. On the PC.
Especially when John, the PC player in our group, will spectate me.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, bro, I don't even know how to go backwards right now. He'll be like, I'll like move my hand and like start running backwards instead of forwards. Like, I'm sure anyone that's
no.
My friend, my other roommate, Tim, was watching me play last night.
Yeah.
And I was like, I ran out of bullets and like I forget how to hit people in that game. Like I can't melee. I forget. Like I don't know. Like I have literally 20 buttons to remember instead of just like a handheld thing that makes sense. And so I just
well, you've never been a PC gamer.
No,
like,
I haven't.
ever.
I've never done it except for like Minecraft.
So this is like not only Call of Duty is like Minecraft is literally the extent to which we've played anything on PC.
So
but
this
anyway,
dude was coming at me, and I think both of us ran out of ammo, which is really awkward. It's just you're both trying like, oh shit, oh, my other gun's out of ammo too. What the hell? So he was like running at me, just like I think he was equally as bad of a player as me in this situation. We were literally just chasing each other around a building for like a minute, and I was like, I should be dead. Like, I am a dude in combat without bullets in a shooter game. I won. Sorry, I don't remember why we were talking about the story, but I won. I threw a grenade. It took me a minute to remember where the button was for the grenade, but then I threw it, and I was victorious.
But when I did,
I was like, oh yeah, oh, I have this. What do you have, sir?
just turn. He throws it down. Turns the corner, so you just sitting there like.
Just cooks grenade in hand, just lets it.
Taking us.
Runs at this man with a cooked grenade, like he's like, no. But yeah, no, I'm getting better.
I'm ending this once and for all. Yeah,
I'm still, but yeah,
so
we will be streaming.
Kind of relearning it. So we were talking about streaming that. Mostly probably Chris. I don't really have any way to stream, and also streaming at the same time I feel like is difficult, at least right now.
We'll figure it out.
So we'll probably start there.
I was thinking personally, and you guys can let us know in the comments or however you wish to communicate with us. I was thinking Pokemon would be a really fun one to stream.
Pokemon.
I think like silver version.
We gotta find ROMs though. Yeah,
something like that would be really fun. I think that your computer could handle it just fine. So we'll have to figure that out. I think I would personally love to play a Pokemon game. It's very relaxing. And
that, and actually we one of the main things we were talking about doing, like at least since we were kind of like, okay, what can we do remotely, is we were talking about doing RuneScape as well.
Hell yeah.
So those are the big three is Pokemon Warzone and RuneScape.
Yeah,
but I've also
sorry, I was gonna say that I'm actually, because of like RuneScape being such a grindy game, I was trying to decide whether or not I want to make my own streaming channel as well, or just like stream through DudeQuests while we're not doing a co-stream. So I don't know, because I think we might benefit from it in the future, but I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is I was gonna bring up. I've been playing, in addition to Warzone, I've been playing a lot of Warcraft.
Yeah, I'm about to download that.
A lot
soon.
of Warcraft.
I plan to. I promise.
So, yeah. So
I will play with you.
Yeah, you better. It's about fucking time. So, and my brother has been playing Warcraft since like
2007.
I don't know. I think it was like when Wrath of the Lich King, the third expansion, was out. No, it was like right before that came out. He's been playing since the second expansion of Warcraft, on and off. I mean, he hasn't just been playing, but he's throughout the years he's like gotten me into it, and then I like got on, fell out of it, and I never really had like a max character or anything. So like I always knew it. I knew how to play it, and I enjoyed it, but I just never put in the work or the grind. And then yeah, I was sitting around, and my brother like was talking about there was a new expansion coming out and stuff, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna play Warcraft.
I'm gonna fucking do
I was like,
it.
I feel like I need something. I need a game. I've been playing a lot of games, you know, through quarantine, obviously, but I just wanted something that like that I could just keep putting stuff into and kind of getting that, you know, like an MMO. An MMO is so much more of a commitment than just like, at least to do anything, so much more of a commitment than a lot of games. And I kind of was looking for something like that, so I was like, I'm gonna do it. So I've been playing a lot of that. So I was toying with the idea of like streaming Warcraft, and if not streaming, then like making videos. But just the thought, like I'm so used to us and our dynamic and everything, and like, you know, a lot of our entertainment I feel like is us interacting.
Yeah.
So I've been absolutely mortified to do that.
Well, that's you interact with the chat.
We've been toying.
You talk to people that are watching you. I think that's kind of the way it works. I feel the same way. I almost considered doing a finishing BioShock without you for the channel. And just I don't know. I would just be sitting there like, oh no.
Yeah, just crying.
And I can't have you to help me because normally I'm like, hey Tim, I didn't listen to anything that just happened.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to be doing? And you'll be like, oh, you have to go. I'm like, okay, sorry. So I would be lost and alone, and then the end, I would probably just call you weeping, and like I miss you so much. I just didn't want to put myself through that or anyone else really. So you know, you're welcome for not doing that. Guys.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's in the cards. We'll see. Yeah, BioShock is actually one that we have not finished.
It's like the first.
That where the last video ended, I think is the last we've played of it. Unlike Spyro, where we finished it.
I'll probably just drop those soon for you. So I'll just release them all.
I'm actually working on. Can I spoil it? I'm actually working on like a best of video for Spyro. Yeah, I've been very slow going with that because that is a lot of stuff to go through. I've never really never had to edit that expanse of a
I mean, dude, those Minecraft sessions were like 2 hours each you combed through.
True, yeah.
I would have gone
that was
crazy.
before we set timers and shit. So yeah. No, it was a lot. But I feel like that had to happen for me to get anywhere with editing. But I'm glad it happened, and I love editing. That's one thing I'm looking into, like work wise, is to actually like edit videos and stuff. So like for, you know,
someone
YouTube channels or just in general, and anyone really, I've been looking into a lot of that, but it's terrifying, especially when I don't really have, like, the only portfolio I have is like DudeQuests, and so on some level for like a YouTube channel or something, especially anything involving gaming, that's great. Like I feel like that's a great portfolio to have, but any like corporate or any sort of like professional, you know, environment is like,
hey, look what I do.
I don't really, I don't really know how that's gonna, you know, how they're gonna take that. So I'm trying to work on just like filmmaking in general. That's been a big thing. That's actually been a big thing. I think that has developed, but for both of us, since quarantine is like,
I bought a DSLR.
We've gotten like really.
That was nuts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that happened we've been getting really into that kind of stuff. We've gotten together, you know, a couple times, outside and distanced. Like hanging out and stuff, trying to just do things with film. So that's a big thing for me too, is videography, filmmaking in general. So I'm trying to work on that in this time as well. But like that's both, I have so much time to do it now, but I can't like go to certain places or be around people. So it's like I can, and that's why like you can sit there and film B-roll all you want of trees and shit. It's like cool. but like just the sheer difference in like having you there for that day to film anything.
Yeah.
Just
a subject.
Everything was so much. Yeah, exactly. Everything was so much. And maybe that's just creative thinking. I just need to be better about like the things that I'm doing. But I also am just starting. So like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
there's a lot that I'm trying to learn.
I've enjoyed those. I got into photography more than I thought I would a little bit. So I was like,
that's the weird thing. I'm really not a big photographer. At least like photography I've always been interested in it, but it's not like I'm like video. Like that's always like where I go. So that was cool that you got into photography. Like
I don't know how much I'll utilize it, but for even just like for us, for example, like being able to photograph you for DudeQuests or for whatever, it's just nice. It's nice to know. It was just something. It was easier.
Yeah.
Until I built this computer. This is one of the reasons I bought and built this new PC. Was that I have a very old MacBook, a 2012, and it sucks, and I can't edit anything that's like 1080p in slow motion at all. So I was like, I'll stick with photography while it's easier, and it was fun. I had a lot of fun, and now I can edit 4K. So
there we go.
It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. Yeah, but I can't shoot 4K right now, so whatever. But still,
fuck it. Yeah. So we're starting. I have many beverages in front of me.
I was wondering. I was like, I swear to God, that was tea. Just pulls up.
I drain that tea.
Picks up a beer.
Anytime you spoke, that's the thing with me and drinks in general. Like, I just grab a beer.
I'm like a whole ass bottle of whiskey.
Me and drinks. I will drink like things so. I will just drain things because if I'm not speaking or anything, the subconscious act of just like. I can't stop. If I have a drink in my hands and I'm not like doing anything else, and I'm not talking or anything, I will be drinking that drink.
No, absolutely same. Dude. Whenever Tim and I recorded any DudeQuests, I had to go to the store beforehand and buy like 3 boxes of LaCroix, and we would kill.
Yeah, we
almost
would
all
just
3
drain.
boxes of LaCroix every sitting. Like there was just a pile of cans. I have a stack of boxes in my garage of LaCroix boxes because it just felt right to save them. So
and at the end of a session, we just like float away from all the carbonation. Just like.
Whenever I play on the PC at night now with you guys in Warzone, like I like turn everything off and look over. There's like 6 empty LaCroix cans. I'm like, damn. That's why I'm burping all the time.
I've gotten way into tea. So when I was going through my anxiety phase, is like I used to drink a shit ton of coffee, and I've like stopped entirely because like I felt like I would wake up. Or I felt like I would use it and then like I don't know, I would only use it to wake up or something. If I didn't wake up, I'd have more or something. And it's just like I feel like drinking a lot of coffee, just that tension that I was already feeling, like compounded on that really bad. So I have really taken a step back from coffee, but I mean I still drink it. Like in fact, recently I've been drinking it more than I think I have in the last 4 months.
I'll get you an AeroPress.
But tea has been my shit. I've been drinking so much tea, and it's wonderful. I mean, I've always enjoyed tea, but not to the extent that it's like basically if I want something like coffee or anything, I have tea, and it's been wonderful.
Nice. I got more into coffee than I ever had been, so the opposite.
Yeah. Which is it's still. I don't want to like throw you under the bus, but the whole hot drink thing. I have we talked about that on
I don't know
on this before. I feel like we addressed it once.
We may have, but long story short is
it's just so.
My dad, when I was like 10, I was sick. I had the cold or the flu or strep throat. I don't remember. Life sucked. My dad was like, "You want some hot tea?" And I was like, "Sure, Dad. That sounds lit. Mom does that when she has a sore throat. That sounds great." So my dumbass, bitch ass dad goes in this kitchen, pours some of that pretty much McDonald grade sweet tea that he had made the day before in a cup, and then microwaves that shit and like brings it to me like, "Here, son, you'll feel much better." And I like literally almost threw up. Like I just took a hit. I can't even describe to you how awful it was, dude. Like
that sounds like
it's just like my breathing afterwards, which like I already was sick and gross and nasty. It was just like this like weird aftertaste of I don't know, microwave tea, and it was gross. And ever since then, like I tried hot cocoa after that and was like, hot drink fucked me up. It's awful. I don't know. I can't describe it. Also, after that, for years, like I couldn't have sweet tea at all, even cold. Like, or else
really?
it would, yeah, it was weird. Like, until I was like 12 or 13, I couldn't drink sweet tea. And then,
Damn.
yeah, it was really weird. Like, I associated that taste and smell with it.
Yeah.
And then until recently, actually, I've been like training myself to be okay with the smell of hot tea. Cause like, my girlfriend would make a cup of tea and like I would just smell her brewing it, and that should be the best thing ever is the smell of a brewing cup of coffee or tea. And I'm just like, oh God, I don't know why. It just would make me gag and feel awful. So every time I make tea or coffee now, I like make my bitch ass smell it. I'm like, smell it, be okay with it, and it's been getting better. I can actually brew green tea now and be like, no gag. That's nice. Yeah, just damn it. Like a 20-second delay. I'll walk downstairs like, oh.
So it's I know cold coffee. I mean, I've had plenty of cold coffee in my life, but that was just so interesting to me that you got so into coffee.
Yeah.
And like only drink it cold.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to.
No,
I'm not trying to
you can blast me.
It's just
That's
funny.
why I never like share my opinions with people on coffee. I'm never like, hey, you should try this thing, because if they ask me and I tell them that I straight up brew it over ice, they'll be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'll be like, I don't know, man. I'm trying.
Psychological torture.
Like I have an AeroPress, and it's like a quick cup of coffee. You grind the beans, you put it in the AeroPress, you put in some boiling water, or whatever temperature it's supposed to be. I have a kettle for it. You stir it up, you let it sit for about a minute and a half, then you press it out, and it's delicious. Less acidic than most normal pours. And yeah, it's delicious. I just pour it over ice. But everyone judges me for it, so I don't talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's delicious. It's great.
We were drinking a lot of homemade cold brew for a while, even when I was living
Oh yeah,
there.
dude. Our roommate just moved out, and he took the cold brew with him. Oh my God. Random rant. I tried to buy that same cold brew machine on Amazon because it's like $50. Yeah. It's a great machine. So I texted to my other roommate, hey man, if you want to throw me like 25 bones, we can split it. And he was like, I don't know, man. I just paid rent, so give me like a week or two. I was like, all right, cool. A week or two passed. I was like, hey bro, you want to buy? He's like, fuck yeah. I was like, cool. It's gone. They don't make it anymore. Like, it's like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, so they started making a new one that's like really not cool. Like
damn.
Like the other one, you would like yield it into a little cup, and it was dope. And if you didn't want to use that cup, you could put a different cup under it. Regardless, you put a container under it, the coffee pours in the container. This new one, you have to use the glass thing, the carafe or whatever you want to call it, that attaches to the device. And if you break it, it's a $30 replacement. So it's $50, and if you break this very fragile little thin beaker head ass thing, then you have to buy a $30 other beaker head ass thing, and that sucks. Beaker head ass. That's awful. And
fuck that.
It's also like less fluid ounces, so I'm like, this is dumb. I hate this.
Damn.
Sorry, I was very, very angry. Like I'm still mad.
Understandably.
I'm gonna go steal his.
I don't have like a tea kettle or anything. For as much as I've been drinking tea,
it changes. It was amazing.
I need a kettle. Yeah, I really do. I want one of those like Avery. He had the hot plate thing.
That's what I have. I've got a gooseneck one.
Yeah. No, well, I just need one of those because I literally have to like sit there and just boil a pot of water to make tea.
Yeah.
And that's why it takes so fucking long.
No. I pour some water. It hit the button that says green tea, and then it beeps when it's done, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually. I'm trying to like conserve every penny I have right now, so
fine,
I haven't been making any auxiliary purchases.
Yeah.
Just bills and groceries, which, oh my fucking God, like the amount of money we spend on groceries now, because with quarantine, I've been getting them delivered, and they mark all the food prices up like already, and then like we were going to Aldi like maybe once a week and spending at most, I think the most we would spend is like $70 for a week of groceries. And even then, half that stuff was like stuff that would carry over to the next week. And so, yeah, maybe $70. And it was wonderful. And now we're like, it's like practically doubled because, just the convenience fees, tip, the markup prices and everything. And it's just like, holy shit. Like,
I was going to say, my girl I work with told me this week that she swears by Walmart pickup. apparently it's amazing. There's no fee. It's
Really?
exactly the same price. And
Yeah.
she said she doesn't get like produce from them because obviously, I mean, it's produce from
Yeah, produce has been kind of weird.
However, she says that like it's the same price. They literally bring it out into your car and like put it in your trunk for you. You don't have to open the door. And then on top of that, if it's like say you order like a bottle of ketchup, right? Like the small bottle of ketchup, but they're out of the small bottle. They'll give you the big bottle for the little bottle price.
Really?
So she's like literally every other time I go, I order like some mayonnaise or like some shampoo or like anything, and I get the big one, and it like saves me like she's like I've saved up to $40, and I was like what?
Damn.
Which at Walmart is a lot of money.
Shit.
That's a lot of money to be had. So I've considered it, and apparently the website's really smooth, kind of like Instacart's. So I'm gonna give that a shot soon. I'll let you know what I think.
Yeah.
But
yeah, let me know
save
your
you some money.
experiences that we've because I mean there was even for a while we've kind of gone back and forth with being like complete shut-ins and then like doing something like there was a period where I was going consistently to like get usually to just like Publix or something.
Yeah.
Cause like the Aldi, at least our Aldi is super like compact. So we would still get things from there cause we didn't really want to like, and okay, I should say too, my girlfriend was going, like she had some surgery done and had like this thing in her leg from, car accident years ago, that she's still dealing with. So she had this, like fixator thing in her leg. So she couldn't really walk and stuff. So that definitely this is arguably the best and worst time to do something like that. It's like, yes, there's, obviously the pandemic is concerning, and going to a hospital or something is not, although we were like in the orthopedic center next to the hospital, not in the hospital. So there wasn't really a whole lot of risk of that kind of exposure. But, so she was going through that on top of, I didn't want to go out and like her body's already trying to like deal with having this thing and like literally like bars through her leg.
It was metal. It was well, I mean that it literally, was, but it was metal. Like there was like a screw that was like what, a 1/4 inch thick, if not more, like just straight
like
into
her shin
holy.
bone. Oh my
and
God,
it wasn't even covered, guys. Like you just walk up, you look down, there's a screw in a girl's leg, and you're like,
yeah.
Oh,
it was intense.
Jetski
it's out now. Like she is post surgery now. So, but there was a big thing where I was like, there's already a lot of risk for things like infections and stuff with that kind of thing. Just like, even if you're taking care of it, like there's that risk. So that on top of, I didn't want it, if I got like COVID or something, it brought it to her, I'm sure I'd be fine.
Her immune system
with her
is
body
compromised.
already starting. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like there was a lot of that going on. But before that, I was like going consistently to like grocery stores and stuff. Hang on one second. Yeah. It cut out basically. Yeah. So I was nervous about, the infection already, if I got COVID or something, and then I didn't want to bring it to her, who she was already dealing with that kind of thing with her body. So yeah, there was a period where I was actually going to grocery stores and doing a little bit of that, and getting wine. I miss wine because I'm not really
you got into wine, didn't you?
And you can't get that kind of stuff delivered and like pick up stuff, which will probably start to kind of reintegrate a little bit with that kind of stuff now that she's got that thing out of her leg. But hey, so yeah, that's been frustrating. You do it for the gram.
Do it for the gram.
So yeah, we've been dealing with that kind of stuff. Just a lot of things at once, but it's been all right. I feel like I had more of a point with that, and I got so sidetracked that I don't remember what the main point was.
Main point is that you're beautiful.
Oh yeah, pickup. Oh. That's right.
Yeah.
That's the reason we're getting delivery and not like doing things like pickup and stuff. Is because of that. So we just haven't kind of gotten back to doing that. So, so yeah, it's been fun. It's been a great time. Constantly being
living in
scared
fear.
every day.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I've kind of like grown a little numb to it at work, but like I'm still one of the only people that's like, I just have like, I feel like my anger has gotten way worse. Like I've always been kind of not an angry person, but like I'm cynical to a degree. I don't know. I'm just like
easily irritated.
Yeah. I mean, I have a high patience threshold. However, I can still become irate, and I just like, I don't know, man. It's like when at the beginning of this whole thing, like serving people was like still not a great idea. However, at least they were very like kind and understanding and patient. But it's almost like No, it's not almost. It's definitely like the majority of people coming out to eat right now that I deal with personally. Might
Don't
not
give
be
a
everyone.
shit.
There's some good eggs out there. They're great. But like most people I take care of are just like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you move your mask, you dumbass? And I'm like, what? You just
No.
why?
No,
and,
I won't.
And especially like, granted, it's not really doing much protection for me in the situation because you're not wearing a mask. But at the same time, it's like, what? Why do I want to take care of you, who obviously doesn't take this seriously?
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't even be here unless you take it seriously. Otherwise, you're putting me at risk, and you clearly don't care about me. So why would I care about taking care of you? Granted, I think that my likelihood of getting fired right now is like extremely low. I could probably hit someone. Maybe not hit someone.
Try it.
But I could get away with some shit, dude.
Fuck it.
I could probably yell at
now's
someone,
the time.
and my boss would be like, "Sorry, yelled at you. Here's some free food." And I would just be like smacked on the hand, and they'd be like, "Don't do that." And I'd be like, "I'm gonna do that again."
No, I'm probably going to do that again. Now that I know I can get away with it.
Yeah, right.
I'm like a dog.
Well, dude, I'm not even exaggerating. I promise. This is verbatim what this man said to me. It was in the first week we opened up, and we didn't have many things on our menu because there's still an issue getting a lot of proteins and stuff for restaurants right now. However, we didn't have like a specific soup that we normally have, and we didn't have lasagna for literally this one day because there was like a sausage shortage, some pork or beef shortage that we were dealing with.
Yeah.
Anyways, this man sits down with his white ass, and his whole family's there. And I walk up, and this guy is like clearly like a construction worker guy, which like lit, but I don't know. He looked like his face had been removed twice from like sunburn. And he was just really rude. He sat down. I'm like, "Hey man, how are you guys doing?" Blah 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 blah. And I was like, "What can I start you out with?" He's like, "Well, you can pull that fucking mask off your face and lick my shit off this table." He's like, "I can't believe you're even wearing that shit right now, dude." Blah 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 blah. And started just like going off on me. And his wife slapped him in front of me. And then like I was still expected to take care of this table. This guy literally threw a tantrum in front of his children about like how he didn't want anything because we didn't have his lasagna, and how this is the liberals' fault that we didn't have his lasagna. And and I was like, "Homie, what?" And this was like, this is also like the time where like my job was still like, don't touch dirty plates, have a busser do that. Like don't, like I wasn't supposed to be in contact with this table beyond like taking their order and bringing them food, and then like not touching anything about this table. And he was just so rude about it. And like, "You're really not going to take this fucking plate off the table? Really? Really? Are you serious right now? Are you fucking serious?" And I was like, "What?" And like, I still see these guys. They come in every week, and I'm just like, why am I not allowed to just like, well, hit you, but also like just
swing
refuse
on them,
service, or like how am I feel like a victim because like I'm being forced to take care of someone who clearly doesn't take care of themselves.
So this is one of those situations where it's like, I'm literally being endangered. Like my life is literally being endangered, like intentionally. Yeah. And I can't do anything about it. And granted, the obvious choice is to be like, well, quit. It's like, okay.
I can't pay. I literally can't get hired anywhere right now.
I need money. Yeah. Like, so
I'm a prisoner at this job.
Yeah.
And there are people that would argue that, that's overreacting or something. And I'm like, bro, people from like, I don't know how much you keep in touch with people from Brunswick. I don't keep super in touch, but I talk to my mom or my brother or just people in general. And there are like several people that we know slightly, like probably in their late 40s or like early 30s, that have like either become close to dying, being hospitalized, or have died. And it's just like, y'all, I know that you might not know anyone who's passed away, but like, it's real. It exists and it's dangerous. And I don't want to be on the front line. Like, I don't know. I liked being delivery driver. That was fun. I did that for a little while.
Yeah, see,
but
and part
I
of me
just
has
can't
considered
imagine
something like that, but
it's just so much on your car, man. And like, you pay for the, like you might make okay money, but when you're working and they're taking taxes out, and you're like, okay, well, I lose this much money a year. Imagine like working, they're taking the taxes out, and then also having to repair your car more often than you were before. Yeah. And you're just
your car, pay more for gas than you already were.
Yeah, you're probably gonna get tires up twice as fast as you had to last time. Oil changes, everything stacks up. Like just from delivery driving, my brakes went down way faster I drive a Ford Expedition. My brakes cost like $500. So like, you know, I was like, hey, I'm making money, and then it's like, damn it, I spent all that money that I made.
Yeah, it kind of balances right back out.
If you don't have a small car, which you have a nice little good gas mileage car, if I had like a Kia Soul,
but still,
I'd probably.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. It's like that's why I haven't really gone the whole like Uber or DoorDash route. Is things like that. Just, I mean, granted, yes, I need to make money eventually. I just haven't gotten to I haven't gotten to a point where like I'm in desperate need of money right now. I've been able to pay rent fine and everything the last couple months.
Same.
But it's kind of coming down to the wire, so I'm kind of like, I've been looking, not probably as hard as I should have been at the beginning, but I was also really coming to terms with like my mental health at the time and everything.
Yeah, of course.
So like it's kind of all kind of converged to where I am now, where I'm like, okay, now I need to do something or I'm gonna fucking go insane. But yeah, it's been a learning process. This has been a very strange year, stressful and just I don't know.
Yeah, sorry to get so real on you guys, but
right. Yeah.
I figured this would be a good episode to like catch up and let people know what we're dealing with, because
exactly.
You know, a lot of our audience doesn't work full time and may not understand or you know, without us explaining in some form of detail. So this is I don't know. The next episode will be more fun, I promise. However, this episode
and also
is us
hopefully
pitching
streaming and stuff soon. Hopefully doing things like streaming and stuff soon.
Yeah, well,
definitely.
Yeah. We need to wrap it up here soon. I got to go to work, of course. Again,
right.
my life. This is why we don't do things, guys. But
tell me. Let me know if you swing on anybody.
Oh, dude, I'll let you know right away. Tim, my roommate, other Tim. I say this every time just to make sure no one's like, this Tim? Is he talking about this Tim? No, his girlfriend literally almost swung on a guy. Yesterday, day before.
I just want it so bad.
She's been there for 7 years, and she screamed at him. Like, I heard a video recording of it for a second. Like, she screamed at this man. He came in, he sat down. He comes in all the time. He looks dead. Like, he looks dead. Like, he's like, if he's not 90, I'll be surprised. But he sits down, and I'm pretty sure he wears like a Trump hat every time he comes in, which, you know, is just not something I had to point out, but like, let's be real, I did have to point it out. So like, it's not surprising. However, he's really old, and like, I mean really old. Like, he has hearing aids and he has difficult hearing with those. And he's always rude. He requests a female server exclusively. So I've never served him. I've seen him, but he doesn't want me. He wants a piece of ass. Again, remember the Trump hat. Moving forward, he requested a girl. She was the only person that was available at the time. And I think it was like trying to get his drink ordered. It was something as simple as that. And he couldn't hear her and wasn't looking at her, and literally turned to her and was like, well, I could hear you if you take your mask off. I can't hear you. She's like, well, sir, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to take that off. He's like, well, take it off. Like, I can hear you telling me, no, you won't take it off. But like, he was bullying her. He was saying, I can't hear you, take off that mask. And like, and she was like, no, sir, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry, I can't do that. No, sir. No, sir. And then he started like cussing her out, calling her like disrespectful and stupid and et cetera, et cetera. So she apparently laid into his ass. Good. And then the table near him that she was also taking care of tipped her hella, because they were like, we're so sorry you had to deal with that. Yeah. I'm sad I missed it, but at the same time, I don't like being part of stressful situations. So
Right. Yeah. Like I act like I want to be there for those things, but I feel like I'd be in the corner. Like,
I'd be like, don't please. But
unless the situation actually got to the point where like someone needed to lay hands on this person, then I will run in and I want to believe that I'm the person that would like, I
will lay so many hands, dude. I will bop and sock and bop, sock and hop.
Sock and boppers, yeah.
Slap and bap. I will slap and bap this man.
Call it the bing bang boom. It's done. The job's done. So yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up. But so I guess just in hopefully, at least for the future, this is probably going to be, we're definitely going to keep the podcast going. I'm not sure what, like, we haven't decided on a day or like a consistent schedule, but we'll probably be doing this a lot more. It'll probably even be more consistent than it was before, just because I feel like as long as we can keep this, like, this format and everything, it should be, as long as we can set aside time. Anyway, so yeah, let us know what you think about like us, like maybe doing individual streams or streaming in general for both of us, and just like if there's anything you think would be good. Obviously, we are always asking for game recommendations, stuff like that. So let us know what you think would be good and what you'd want to see, and what what we should do, because we're kind of having to relearn how we approach all these things than how we were before. So
it's a lot.
So any recommendations, advice, stuff like that, or just I don't know. We'll be better about communicating again. This is kind of the slow roll back into where we were. So
yeah, we're not going to try to over, like, I don't know what to say, but we're not trying to bite off more than we can chew right now. We're just kind of like, hey, let's work on something, and then add a little bit at a time.
Build it. Learn.
I think
how
it'll
to
take
do
us a
these
few
things.
months. Once we start streaming, I think it's kind of embarrassing because, like, if you go back and watch our original videos, they're like kind of weak. The audio's not great. We weren't used to the talking and playing and the making discussion. And I feel like we're going to be dealing with similar problems with the Twitch streaming at first,
especially remotely like this.
Yeah,
it's different. It's a different dynamic not being right next to each other.
Oh, it would definitely be really easy if you were like sitting here at the desk, 100%. But we're not there, I think that these skills that we will be learning and teaching ourselves will be very valuable in the future. So it's scary, and it there's a lot for us to learn, but I'm really excited to, and I think that Twitch streaming will be really fun for the crew.
Well, it's always been on the table. Like, we are always eventually going to try to do streaming, but now this just seems more relevant than
now
ever.
It's kind of like the only option. So,
right. Yeah.
Which is,
and
it's cool.
I'm probably still going to take the time to do some like compilation edits and stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
We might. And for me, like if I were to do like a Warcraft series or something, even if it's just by myself, granted, if you are going to play them, we can still do things like streaming, but like it would probably be, I'd feel more comfortable doing like the video format, like the YouTube video format, edited and everything, versus like streaming. And like if we did like RuneScape or something, but so
those games where you're spinning like,
that.
I watched a man play. It was a comp of him playing RuneScape for 24 hours, and I was like, homie, that's kind of where like Tim and I were trying to get to in our stream. Like, he pretty much accomplished everything that we were like, let's just do this. Like, we can beat this quest. It shouldn't take long. It took him 24 hours straight. So,
damn,
there's a lot.
So we'll probably go back and forth, streaming and editing. Anyway, anyway, I'll let you go.
Start a rant, but no, you're fine, baby. I'm not worried. I'll be late to work. Straight up. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, if you can swing on somebody and not get fired, I think they'll be all right if you're a little late. All right. Well, this has been nice. Hopefully, we'll keep this up. Yeah, I'd like to do more of this. This is kind of our flagship, our maiden voyage back into this. So especially remotely like this. So this is gonna be a learning experience. This is kind of our first try at this. So you'll hopefully be seeing more of us. And
we'll catch you guys next time.
I don't remember how to wrap up a podcast anymore. Honestly.
No, dude. Yeah, I know. I barely remembered how to turn on my audio recording software a second ago.
Exactly.
I went from editing like literally 20 videos every other week to I haven't edited a single video since. So it's like, how do I cut things? Where's the volume control?
The Moon Hunters video was the last thing I edited, and I miss it. I miss doing that like every week. So
we'll make some content for you guys. So you guys take it easy. Be safe out there, please. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you thought. Let us know what we could do better. Let us know where you'd like to see us. And you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
I love you, Chris.
I love you more, Tim.
I miss you so much.
I miss you too, baby.
All right, bye, guys.
See you guys. Bye.